When I was 14, my mother had back surgery. She then got addicted to pain pills. My dad was always an alcoholic, and then when I was in my senior year of high school, my parents moved to Indiana and became addicted to heroin. So I stayed in Virginia during that time because I wanted to finish high school due to the fact that my parents were on drugs. My two little brothers were getting ready to get taken from social services. So I quit school, moved to Indiana, and was like, no, I'm going to take care of my brothers, which they did allow me to do. And then something really bad happened, and I ended up having a son out of that situation. I was trying to take care of everything. It was just way too much responsibility for one child to have, and I ended up getting on pain pills myself. My dad was the first person that ever stuck a needle in my arm. I got addicted to drugs myself, and then it was all hell broke loose. Like literally, my life became shambles. I went from being a 4.3 GPA student to looking for my next fix. I have 5 kids altogether. They all have different fathers because a lot of those nights I don't even remember. I feel like the last 20 years of my life have been a blur. I never wanted to believe in God because I believed that there was no way there could be a God in all the bad stuff that had happened to me. But my dad kept continuing to say, oh yes, there is a God. He had his faults, but I just want to say that he is the only person in my life that I ever felt like loved me completely and never gave up on me, and I never gave up on him. And I was incarcerated when my dad had passed away. I'd been out for 5 days and I was miserable. I had tried to take my life that night. I took every bit of the medication I had in my cabinet, and God just saw fit to not let me go anywhere. I didn't even get sleepy, and by all means I should have been dead. And I woke up the next morning and I cried from 8:30 that morning until 1:30 that night, begging someplace to just take me. And when we came in the gates and I was taking my stuff in, I looked up on the Dove's Nest and it says, "Behold, I make all things new." And I remember I just was so overwhelmed with emotion. I was like, this is it. My life is changed, and wake up every day. I don't have bad days anymore. I have bad moments. But for the most part, like, I'm so full of gratitude just to be able to wake up and take a breath and say thank you. My life actually means something to me today. I actually feel like I have hopes and dreams that I can totally accomplish because of the Charlotte Rescue Mission and the way that they make you feel so loved, even though you're coming from a place where you feel like you've never been loved at all. It's just amazing to me. The staff, like, I can't even begin to tell you what they mean to me. And like when the volunteers would come into the Dove's Nest, like, oh man, that is so humbling. Like when they walk in there, you're just like, these people give their time and their money just to come in and to let you know that everybody hasn't given up on you. Like, there's still people out there who care, you know, and for some of us, that's amazing to me. I feel like that's God's way of showing me the love that I need to feel in other places, but that's not happening right now. I remember getting really frustrated because it took a while for me to find a job, but I just kept praying, like, come on, you know. And my first paycheck, I made the best paycheck I have ever made legit in my life, ever. And like, the sense of accomplishment, you know, like, oh, it's amazing. This journey is so amazing. I cannot wait to see what I'm doing in 5 years. I just know that there are big plans for me, and I don't need to know what they are today, but I know that they're there, and I'm so ready for it.